So there's a few other things that we need to know that we can do with lists. So I've got a list up here which I've called students, which is just a list of strings. Okay, we're separated by commas as normal and so on. If we want to add a value to that list, we can do that students.append and then the thing we want to add to the list. Okay, students is the name of the list, append it means add, and then this thing, whatever we put in there, will be added to the end of the list. Okay, so I've got some scores this student's got. Okay, so we've got 5 scores and we will have 5 students once Kate has been appended. And then I've printed out, in this case, whoever is at position 3. Okay, so have a think as to who that might be. Now, while I do that, I'm just going to hash out a couple of these bits, which I will use later, because I don't want them to run at the moment. So let's have a look. If we run, Sachin got 56 points. Okay, so Sachin was at position 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 56 was also at position 3 in the scores list, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so therefore we print out, in that case, Sachin. If we changed it to 2 and 2, think about what we'd get. Okay, one other way of printing out, this won't look particularly correct, but if you ever need to join things together, so you don't have any spaces, rather than the comma, which we used in the line above, you can use the plus sign. Okay, but you've got to be a bit careful here because in this case, students is a string. Okay, a string because it's got the speech marks, and scores are integers. And when we use the plus sign, the program will think that we want to add, in this case, a string to an integer, okay, which can't work. We can't add a number to a letter, okay. So what we will do is if we run that, we're going to get an error. All right. So to overcome that, we have to convert that value, which is an integer, to a string. And it's really simple. We just type str in front of it like that and just make sure it's got a set of brackets around it. Okay, and that converts it to a string, so therefore it will now display properly. Okay, well, it will look weird, like I tell you, the plus gets rid of the spaces. So if you ever have a sentence or something where you need to eliminate a space, you can use the plus sign to do it. Okay, but just make sure if you have any integers in there, you convert them to a string first. All right, we call this concatenation. Concatenation. Right, when we're adding things together within a print statement. Okay, so that's the first part of the task. So if you can have a go at these 4 tasks here, okay, and see how you get on, and then when you've done that, you can have a little go at the extension tasks, which I've put down here. Okay, so I'll just put those on the screen. Just there, so you can always pause that now if you need to have those up on screen. So have a go at the first 4 tasks here and have a go at the extension. Now, once you've done those, you can unpause, and if we have a quick look at task 2, and task 2 will allow you to search inside a list. So we've got our student list up here, okay, hash that out, just up there. And we can search for a specific name, so a bit like a very rudimentary search engine. So if I run this, okay, and I type in a name, Kate, okay, so if search, which is our input statement here, is in students, which is the name of our list, then it will say that. If it's not, it will say that. So Kate is in the list, okay. Now, if we went and run this program again, but we searched for something else, okay, that isn't in the list, it will then do that. All right, so very rudimentary search engine, we can use that line of code to search. Okay, so again, have a go at the two tasks here and see how you get on with those. And so you can pause the video while you do that. Now, when you've done that task, the final task here, I'm just going to comment this out so the computer ignores it, is random picking. Okay, now this is really helpful, random picking. So this is a very good bit of code to use. So we've got our list of students, which are up here. Okay, and we're saying random pick, which is our variable name, is equal to random.choice students. Okay, so in other words, we're picking a random student, a random choice from the list students, and then I'm going to print out that variable. Okay, now you can use this code, but at the top of your code, you just need to remember to write this: import random. Otherwise, the code won't work. It won't know what random is. So if I go and run this now, okay, it's picked Heather. All right, if I run it again, in this time, Virat. Okay, so that code there will randomly pick from any list. Okay, you just need the list name in the brackets. So have a little go of that and see how you get on.